This time it is from the Philippines. And this time I would like to restate that why carbon dioxide, CO2, cannot cause global warming, and why no one knows about the 12,000-year cycle cataclysm. In the past, I mentioned that the cause of global warming is not anthropogenic carbon dioxide, but I noticed that there are many people who firmly believe that. In other words, many still believe that we can stop global warming by stopping thermal power generation, changing cars to electric cars, and stopping burning garbage. I thought so too until I saw the Creative Society forums. In fact, in an effort to reduce carbon footprint as much as possible, I actually bought a second-hand old Mercedes-Benz in the Philippines, converted and ran it using waste cooking oil as fuel. However, after seeing the scientific evidence presented in the Creative Society forums, I realized that it was an arrogant notion that humans could influence this planetary scale change on Earth, Gaia. Last time we explained ppm, parts per million, but this time let's look at the composition of the Earth's atmosphere. All data, including NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, shows 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, then argon, and 0.04% carbon dioxide. It's not 4%, it's 0.04%. It was 0.03% in the 1700s, but now it's 0.04%. What's the big deal? To be more precise, it's the same as the ppm that I explained last time, from 3 out of 10,000 to 4 out of 10,000. I'm not a scientist, so here's an excerpt from the November 2002 Creative Society Forum.
Carbon dioxide is a trace element. There's very, very little of it. There's only 41 thousandths percent CO2 in the atmosphere. Very little of it.
According to the official data, the level of CO2 is 400 ppm. What does this mean? ppm means parts per million. In other words, there are 4 molecules of CO2 for every 10,000 molecules of air in the atmosphere. But we are told that these molecules trap heat coming from the Earth and warm the atmosphere. But how can 4 molecules trap heat for 10,000 other molecules in the atmosphere? How can such tiny concentrations have any effect on the climate at all? Even a school student would understand that they can't.
That small a rise could not possibly cause any kind of climate change. It's close to nothing. You double nothing, you still have nothing.
This is an IQ test. If you're too stupid to understand this, instead you're thoroughly brainwashed by governments that think global warming is caused by your car, your hibachi, you breathing too much, and cow farts. You're too stupid for this discussion at all. You're going to become like the dinosaurs, extinct, and you should be. You're too stupid to survive.
Well, I didn't say that, he said that. Well then, why is the campaign to reduce greenhouse gas emissions being carried out so enthusiastically? Of course, there is the green interest that I explained last time, but the main reason seems to be that blaming CO2 for global warming gives us feeling that we have a control over climate and can solve it by reducing CO2 emission. However, the actual cause of global warming is way beyond our human hand. The solar system has entered the cycle of cosmic scale cataclysms every 12,000 years in which no human beings can participate. In other words, the radiation from space that reaches the core of each planet every 12,000 years, likely due to the influence of the photon belt that I explained last time. The inner core of the Earth is affected by it and starts to heat up. Then the rotation of the inner core becomes unstable and pole drift occurs. Along with this, the Earth's magnetic field is also weakening, that I will talk about on another occasion. The temperature rise in the inner core is transferred to the outer core, heating the magma chambers. Magma ascends through the mantle plume and making certain areas hotter. Magma chambers lie directly beneath Western Antarctica and Greenland. As everyone knows, the glaciers in these areas are currently melting. In the Siberian Arctic and Canada, magma rises and warms the crust. Also, the tectonic plates at the bottom of the sea, where the layers are thin, are warmed first, and the seawater temperature is rising. Thus, global warming is indeed accelerating, but the cause is not carbon dioxide emitted by humans. It is necessary to understand that it is caused by cosmic and planetary scale factors, the effect of cosmic radiation, the heat rise in the Earth core, and the photon belt that the solar system passes through every 12,000 years. Now, why don't scientists know about this 12,000-year cycle? The reason lies in today's social system. Most of the excellent scientists are conducting researches in each specific fields. For example, geologists study only geology, volcanologists study volcanoes, biologists study living organisms, meteorologists study weather, and astrophysicists study planets. Until now, these specialized scientists have never gathered together and shared information with each other. However, a team of volunteer researchers from various fields were formed in the Creative Society. Over the course of their 27 years of shared research results, one thing emerged. That was the cycle of cataclysm that occurred throughout the solar system, including the Earth, every 12,000 years. It would not have been possible to find out about it unless all the experts in each field studied comprehensively and from a broader perspective together. So, what if we don't know about the 12,000-year cycle? It means that we do not know that the Earth is facing a crisis right now. And what if we don't know about the crisis? Whether it's the earthquake that occurred in Turkey, the volcanoes that are erupting in various places, the abnormal temperature rise, or the localized abnormal weather, we can only see them that it's just a random abnormal phenomenon and it will subside soon. That's it. All the people volunteering in the Creative Society, the scientists, and I really hope that that is the case, but we need to wake up. You see the news on TV and look at the screen and think, oh, that's terrible. You feel like you're watching a fire on the other side of the river. When it happens to you, it will be too late to do anything alive. In today's money-driven, consumer-oriented economy, the world is divided into individual countries, each of which has its own brilliant brains and is devoted to the development of weapons. Climate disasters strike regardless of human-drawn borders. It does not stop at China because Japan is from here. No, not like that. It is not the time to secure individual countries' own interests. All nations must come together to solve this problem on a global scale. If we as Earthlings come together to deal with this 12,000-year cycle categorism, humanity will find a way to survive. Not only that, but with the help of advanced civilizations in the universe, the current human civilization on Earth will be able to achieve dramatic evolution. This big crisis and the big opportunity are now coming together. It depends on how we change our consciousness and the choice that we make. 5D Ascension is the inner transformation of awareness. Think about life. Where does the life force come from? There's really nothing to look for in the outside world. We are all connected within. The Creative Society project is trying to manifest an inner ideal world to the outside world. Building such society is perhaps a necessary step in raising awareness, as it is difficult to reach fifth dimensional consciousness in today's money and power-driven world. Let's unite and get through this upheaval together.